Hi students, we are starting class 10th English literature classes. So first we will be beginning with the poem I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, written by Maya Angelou. So first of all, let us discuss something about the poet. Maya Angelou was a powerful feminist writer of Afro-American ethnicity. She is a widely acclaimed author, poet, and civil rights activist who worked closely with Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. She had a very terrible past. And the poem I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings reveals her life up to the age of 17. Here she describes the life of African Americans and their fight for freedom. And she compares here the Africans as the caged bird and Americans as the free bird. So now we can have a small comparison between the free bird and caged bird, the symbols that she used in the poem. Look at the first column, free bird. It's free and represents white Americans. It leads a life of dignity, grandeur, and infinite possibilities. It continues to enjoy life and broadens its horizons. While the caged bird, it's caged and represents black Americans. It leads a life of fear, longing, and subjugation. It continues to sink deeper and deeper into the negation of his very existence. So we can say this is the total summary of the poem. Now we will look into the poem. I will read the poem stanza wise and I will explain. First stanza. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. So in the first stanza itself, she shows us the freedom a free bird enjoys. You might have watched the birds in the sky. The same she uses here. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind. What does it mean? A free bird moves with the wind upward and downward, both sideways. Floats the downstream. It can be said as downstream means the small river which can be seen, or floats. That means it means it moves upward and downward, sidewise, everywhere, and it dips his wing in the orange sun rays. When he flies, his color is orange and dares to claim the sky. And he says, the sky is mine. So here she speaks about the mentality of whites. America, the whites moves everywhere, wherever they like, and they say it's our country. The blacks do not have any right over America. So next stanza 2, she speaks just opposite about a bird that is in the cage. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. So the life of the caged bird is just a contrast to the free bird. A bird that stalks down his narrow cage. The bird is limited inside a cage and can seldom see through his bars of rage. The bird cannot see because she is locked inside a cage. And what does it mean here? The bars of rage. Bars of rage means a hatred of whites. It can be on the basis of racial discrimination or subjugations, whatever it be. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. And you see the word she used here in the poem, a bird that is already inside a cage, and again that bird's wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so there is no movement even inside the cage. Only what is free for him? His mouth. So he opens to sing song. Let us move to the third stanza. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill. The caged bird sings a song. Already we said in the second paragraph, second stanza, that the caged bird sings a song. What song it is? It is a song of freedom. It needs freedom. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill. Trill means it is a melodious song. And it is melodious, but at the same time, her voice, it fears something. What does it fear? It fears the harassment. It fears the death. And of things unknown but longed for still. She does not know what is going to happen, but she is longing for it. She is aspiring for it. Why does she fear? She does not know, but she sings, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. And she is singing loudly. Why? Someone is there who is listening this song. They will come. They will fight for her freedom. They will come to free her. And here a word is used in a distant hill. What's the specialty of a hilly area? When we speak something loudly, it echoes there. So her voice is, the caged bird's voice is echoing in the hills. So she expects someone, and she desires that someone should come and free her from the caged bird, from the cage. Now let us move to the fourth stanza. The free bird thinks of another breeze, and trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on the down bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. And see, next again the poet explains about the life of a free bird. How does the free bird enjoy the life? Already he has all the things, but still he needs more, waiting for another breeze. The trade wind soft through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. He has enough food. He has all the food what he likes, but he needs more, and he names the sky his own. Here again the poet describes about the rights of Americans. They have everything in their hand. They are enjoying all the resources, all the right they are having. And again the whites are saying, what are their words? Simply we can say, the sky is his own. That means they say, this is our country, you don't have any right here. Now let us move to the next stanza. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams, his shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. Inside a cage, the bird stands. She doesn't have anything for dream. That means her dreams are dead. Her dreams are buried. She doesn't have any hope. She doesn't have a life. The next word, his shadow. That means a caged bird or the blacks do not have their identity. That's why she uses the word shadow. Shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. Again and again she uses the same symbols. The caged bird's wings are again clipped and his feet are tied. Only what is free for him? It is his mouth. So he starts to sing the song of freedom, the song for rights. Again the poet repeats the same lines what is already said. The caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on a distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Why does the poet again repeats the same stanza? With a fearful, melodious song, the caged bird sings, but it shows the hope of the bird that there will be a day when the black gets all their rights, when they are free enough to move in the country America, when they can enjoy all the resources of their motherland. So she at the end puts a hope and gives a hope to the blacks of America that you will have a day. That's why I sing. That's why I sing the song of freedom. I demand for freedom. I fight for freedom. There will be a day. So this is the end of the poem, and let us look some of the themes that she used in this poem. First one is hope. This poem speaks about the hope that people have by the song of a caged bird. Even the bird is caged, they sing, they aspire, they hope that there will be a day when we get freedom, when we get our rights. The hope. So you can see from your textbook all the details. Theme second, it is said about racism. The sufferings of blacks in America is clearly said. Through simple lines, the poet has clearly mentioned here the problems of racial discrimination that existed in America and how they were tortured. Simply we can say from the some words, the caged bird's wings are clipped and his feet is tied. So this is from these two words it is clear how terrible it was. And from the third theme it is freedom. The main theme, we can say the main theme of the poem is freedom. The caged bird aspires for freedom. The blacks aspires for freedom from the whites. They need their rights. They dream freedom. The repetition of the word freedom is also used to highlight the rights of every American citizen. And the fourth theme we can say voice against injustice. The caged bird is subjected to constant mental and physical and emotional torture. Its freedom is forcibly taken away. But even after such cruel treatment, we observe the word hope for freedom. So already we have mentioned the words clipped and tied. Even then, whatever is free or what part of her body is free, that is her mouth. With that particular part, She struggles. She tries to get freedom. She wants to raise her voice against the injustice that is shown to the black in America. So this is the end of the poem. I think you might have understood all the things that I have explained. For the detail, you go for a detailed reading of the textbook. The stanza wise explanations are given there, meanings are given there, themes, everything, yeah, everything is given there in the textbook. You go for it and you do these homeworks. Read the poem and its summary very clearly. There's a workbook for you. Solve all the solutions or the question answers, whatever is there, and please try to make your own answers in your own words. Don't copy it from others. So please read the poem once or twice, or please read the poem, the details regarding the poem. And if there is any doubt regarding this, you can comment. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.